In an upcoming issue of Pegasus, we're going to be having your reflections on the Pope's recent encyclical. And so just for the video audience, we'd just like to see like a little preview of that perhaps, and some of your thoughts and reflections on that now.
Well, it's my impression that most of the comment about Pope Francis and his encyclical as it affects economics, capitalism, inequalities of wealth and income, have kind of pigeonholed him into a right-left dichotomy. Either you're on the left, which means you're quote-unquote sort of anti-capitalist and anti-business, and you believe in a lot of redistribution, which is a charitable principle to take care of the poor, or you're on the right, which means you're sort of you're pro-private property, you're pro-capitalism, you're more cold-hearted actually against the poor and people who don't have access to resources, who have to suffer from conditions of hunger and are more exposed to the elements, to storms, to this, that, and to drought, et cetera, et cetera. And of course the Pope, coming from Latin America and with his own views and being a Jesuit, is clearly deeply motivated by what we can do here and now for people who are vulnerable, for people who are poor, for people who do not have possessions, do not have political power, and are therefore more subject to hunger and pain and fear and abuse. But I think the Pope also stands for something else, and what was important in his encyclical, which is devoted to the environment, the physical environment, was a different dichotomy, which is a dichotomy, to use technical language, of dominion, of being Lord and Master, versus being a servant. And where I think the Pope comes down, very importantly and very eloquently in many ways, is raising the point that in Christian teachings, but he also opens up to all other religions. This is a special encyclical for everybody, not just for the Catholic faithful, but he's raising the point that we are not Lord and Masters. God is Lord and Master. So if we are not God, then who are we? What is our role? Our role is somehow to serve God's purposes, which means we're servants, we're ministers. We have to be thoughtful. We are responsible for a benefit. The benefit is the earth itself. The benefit is people's access to what the earth has. The benefit is to be shared by lots of people. So I think as soon as the Pope puts forward this notion that we are not Lord, we have no dominion over this, we must be responsible in our use of everything and particularly in our power. So this is ethics, it seems to me, writ large across the human experience. That we all have to have some sense of moderation and respect for other people, for the environment, the heritage of the past, and the prospects for the future. And this message of the Pope, I think, can be written into the heart of the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN, which are secular. This message of the Pope aligns perfectly with teachings from Quran. It also aligns very well with principles from Confucius and from Buddhism about finding equilibrium, about having a proper sense of your own office in life, that you're here to work and to serve, not just to take out. So I'm very impressed with this encyclical and would urge everybody to read it, and to read it with an open mind. Don't just stereotype and pigeonhole the Pope as having a secular ideology, because I think he really is much more complex and subtle than that.